Hello, I normally do not do this. We have a Galaxy Z Flip 4 with a broken FPC connector. It is a part of the display, I think. Well, it's the connection here. The vertical one. It is very urgent. That's why I don't have this connector. If I order it, it takes 3 to 4 days. The customer needs it today. It's an expedited service or whatever you want to call it. And we are going to try to fix this FPC connector. The customer will get, of course, a warranty of 6 months. So if anything goes wrong, I'm going to order the whole connector and replace it. But for now, we're trying to repair it. So let's go. First, I need a small tip. Not tip. Yeah, tip. Is it called tip? So we have lugs. We have our solder iron. And the broken off piece is here. So, yeah. Someone tried to, repair it himself. Placing the screen. It can happen that connectors break. I haven't done a lot of Flip 4, but oh, this tip is too weak. I need the bigger one. There is a really small one. So first we're gonna add some fresh solder. Then we're gonna clean our tip. This has to be clean. That is quite big tip. Come on. Good. Not too much. We can add some afterwards. Now we gotta, you know what? I'm changing the tip to a bent tip. This one is a little bit too big, the other one is too small. If you're interested in my GBC tips, then I can give you the number. The bent one here has the number. Let me show you that quickly. C210-002. That's the number you need. Or the bigger one. Well, it's quite big compared to this one. It has like, I don't know the English word, like an X. 210-018. Or the tiniest one they got. This is really a very, very cool tip. There's a lot of power in that small. See the difference of the size? The tiniest capacitors you can solder back on with this one. C210-20, yeah, that's it. Let's get back to work before we lose our part and it flies to another dimension, because it's very, very tiny. Let's view in to get a good look. Okay. So turning that around. Is that a good idea? Yeah, I think so. So now I gotta hold this stable as possible with a clean tweezer. A clean tweezer without gunk. Clean your stuff. I like to clean my tweezers in that spiral tip cleaner. Don't smash it down or otherwise you bend it, but it's quite good. See that? Okay, now I gotta hold that without spanking it across the office. I'm gonna take 2 tweezers to bring it in position. You should be able to hook that in. Yeah, maybe. No, is that right? Okay, this has to come in between here, so let's see if we can manage this task. This one also. Come on. Get in there. Get in there. Please. Very, very delicate. Okay. This one just doesn't want to. Come on. Push it. So you should go in there. And also you should go in there. I never tried to perform something like this. It is not very fun to do. So let's turn it around again, now in position. I think it can't jump out again. Let's try to push it down in the center. Have to be perfectly aligned. Okay, now I'm gonna hold this inside while I'm going to connect or solder one side. Whoop. Doesn't have to be perfect for now. Okay. Then the other side. Doesn't look too nice, but I think we're getting somewhere. We're not finished. We're long not finished. Still a lot of stuff to do. Is this really? It looks like the last pins are higher. Yes, indeed. They're higher than the other ones. Okay, didn't recognize that. Good. As you can see here, we have a small step here. So, okay. Didn't recognize that, but that is a good thing. So, let's proceed. We are going to add more flux. This is a sandwich board which takes a lot of heat. That's why my small tip is at its limits. Still, we gotta add some fresh solder. Now, let's try to push the other side down. Ooh. This looks easy because it's also big, but the more you zoom in, the trickier it gets, because you have a shaking hand, of course. Okay, that's not so bad. We have a little bit of a bending here. This has to be more straight. So I gotta kind of push this forward. Så commissioner arbeider, hallo? Amazon. Is that new? Amazon is calling? That's the second time. I don't think that Amazon has, I don't even think Amazon has anyone who works there to speak someone if you have some issues. Okay, good. Next task. So, as you can see, we have this wall here inside, which goes down, is a bit, you know, not 90 degrees. It's a bit, so I'm trying to push that out, because otherwise the connector may not fit. So what I gotta do now is, before I solder the backside, I gotta push it a little bit into the front. And while I'm doing that, I'm pushing this back. Ooh, tricky. Holy guardian angel. So now I'm gonna push that down. Jesus, can't imagine this board takes so much heat. 440C, not enough. It's too small tip, so we need all three of them. Now we're gonna take the biggest one again. There's enough solder. This side I need to push in a bit. That's insane. Okay. Hold it down on the metal only. Let's clean it a little bit with heat. It's not looking bad. It is not looking bad. So turn it around. Still a little bit offset. There's enough solder on this side. We focus on the joint. Good. Then the other side. Where is it? Here. I know it looks a bit crooked because the plastic on the left side here is missing. That's why it looks a bit crooked. But it's all good. Push it down once again. Come on. Not enough solder. I'm sorry about the hairy thing. More flux. We can clean it afterwards. I know it's dirty, but I don't want to clean it and then do it all again. Okay, that's too much of a solder, but that's okay. The connector goes inside. So then the front again, then we have a nice solder joint. This should be stable, as stable as possible. Okay, that's good enough. Now we gotta clean this. Cleaning. Make it a little bit hot. Makes this flux easier to clean off. A brush. Towel. To be careful with brushing because we don't want to destroy anything. Let's take that out from the housing. Awesome. Now the professional cleaning. Don't break it. that good enough? It is quite clean. Do not overexpand your luck. You should stop now cleaning. Good. Let's have a closer look, see if anything looks. What you say? Is that good? I think that's very nice. It is very straight. Zoom in. The better thing would be if this would be ground, but I don't think that it is ground, but it can be. Not always ground, but mostly. And if I haven't put this back, then the connector would split. If I just do it like that. So we have an extra wall, and we will put some epoxy around to make it even more stable. So the connector can't push apart when the male comes inside to the female. Male connector, female connector. Diode mode, red probe on ground. This is ground. Also these are connected. And that is not ground. Is there resistance? Oh, it is ground. This one should be also ground. And then we have no ground anymore. So the last 3 pins, well, that's not ground. Okay, just the 1, 2, 3, and that is ground. Good. So what else? Now the last bending process to finish this up with my tweezers, who are never there where they're supposed to be. Everything is straight. So. Okay. Good. We have a tiny piece of hair. You are going out. That is okay. It stands a little bit up, but when the connector comes in, it's gonna go a little bit down where it's supposed to be. Okay. And we broke another piece off. That's okay. Let's have a look at the height, shall we? See that? Let's have a look at the original height. If I can show you that. So this is the good side. See the difference? So original side. And the fixed side. I think that's pretty decent. Yeah. The height is of course a factor, because if that is too high, then we can't connect it properly. Good. So what's next? Now I'm gonna clean that a little bit more There's a little bit too much flux left for my taste. So I'm gonna take some alcohol. Gonna take my pencil. Then I'm gonna take hot air. To squeeze out the rest. Then I'm gonna take again my pencil, my brush. Good. We lost the foam here, that's okay. Piece of foam. Okay. Now comes the last step. We are going to put here, here, and here a little bit of epoxy. We have still some gunk here. Why is that so? Why we have gunk? Clean. Everything clean. We should take some 80-20, which is better for cleaning. The thing we have to be careful, we have to dry it because 20% is water and water is conductive. Full power air. Power. I know that's a bit much cleaning here, but it is necessary that we have really a clean surface. Good. The gunk is gone. So, epoxy. Gotta mix it first. Gotta mix it first. My platform. Just need a little bit. Really not much. Just a tiny little bit of both worlds. 2 components. Now we gotta mix it. Good, nice Milky Way. Mix it until it gets a little bit milky. Won't get much, but a little. Back to the microscope. That is big, is it? So we gotta take out tweezers, which we already cleaned with alcohol. And take it from there. Come on. Just gonna add a tiny little bit. every side. Not too much. I'm gonna cover the test point. For no reason. Make it a little bit higher so we have a nice wall. Gravity will do its best to push it down. It's not that liquid, so it's perfect for that. A little bit more on this side. Push it over. Not too much. Keep it clean. Very nice. Ooh. And not too on top of the high, because this pin has to go down a bit. And it's okay. Clean everything. So there is no glue here. Let's zoom in once. Okay, that's it. There's no glue here. Everything is nice. Do we have some gunk? Maybe, let's put it away from the tweezer. Oop. We have a tiny little hair there. See that? Come on. That's not gonna be an issue. I'm gonna leave it for you guys. I'm gonna leave it there. Some neurotic, someone with some neurosis will probably shout at the screen right now. Take it away, take it away, can't leave that. Good. So that's it. I'm gonna make a braid. I'm gonna leave it dry for at least 15 minutes, and then I'm gonna connect it back. So I'll be back soon. Okay, I'm back. Everything is back together assembled. Let me show you that we have still the same phone. Let's have a quick look at our connector, how healthy it looks, and that's how it looks like. I think that's pretty beautiful. Let's give it a tap with our tweezer. So this is all hard. Yeah, beautiful. Should not be an issue. And we're gonna put it back together. Okay, I don't know what is what, but I guess the bigger one is the bigger one touch, or the smaller one? I don't know. I think that's touch, the smaller one. So let's connect everything back. Let's see if it clicks. Should we get the microscope a little bit nearer? Maybe you can hear it click too. So first the big one. Good. Then the small one. Are we aligned? I hope we are. No click, but you know, you feel it when it's there. Good. Nice. Then I'm gonna put the display on just for testing. I'm not gonna put the shields back yet. I'm gonna do that later. So Let's see if the hinge works. Let's turn the device on. And see if the screen and touch is working. But yeah, that are just ground pins, but we need ground. Without ground, it doesn't work properly, so. And if you're disconnecting the next time and put it back on, can show you that. I'm sure that's not gonna be an issue. We built it to last, so it's not, ooh, I'm not touching it again. But first we gotta test it. Long boot, a very long boot. Then we have the new adhesive. We get quite a lot of broken hinges. Mostly the hinge breaks, not the... yeah, but that's not our fix. We just fixed the... Okay, we have a screen. Yeah, the screen seems to work. Let's see if we can swipe along. No personal information. It works. It just works. Thank you. I'm gonna turn it off. The new Samsung phones, you have to push volume down and power at the same time to shut it off. Awesome. Okay, let's see if it's still good. Let's see if it's still good. Disconnect the battery. Let's have a look. Sorry, gotta put the microphone back, so let's see if it's still good. Okay, focus, lift it up. Click, click, good. And same as before. Same as before. And click it back in. Heard it click? I heard it. Awesome. That is so great. That is so awesome. I can't believe. Now we gotta clean everything and glue it back together. And that's it. FPC repair. FPC connector repair, not a replacement. On a Flip 4. Thank you for watching.